just pissed off. You're trying to figure it out. Everybody in the locker room is kind of searching a little bit, trying to understand what's going wrong.
But Steph don't want no puppy.
He want a big dog.
That's what he want. He want a big dog.
I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon.
On February 8th, 2025, we found out. Turns out, Jimmy Butler's joy was in Golden State with Steph Curry. But at first, NBA legends and players weren't really feeling the Jimmy Butler trade.
Stephen A.,
Yeah.
I'll start with you on this. With the addition of Jimmy Butler, how dangerous is this Warriors team in the West?
No more dangerous than they were yesterday. Let's call
You're
it
not
what it is.
moved.
I'm not moved at all. I'm just saying in terms of this system, who he's playing with, the personnel surrounding Jimmy. No, this is not a mega deal.
While the media experts underrated the Jimmy Butler trade, legends like Carmelo don't know what to expect.
Now Jimmy could be as aggressive on the defensive end. He could be in passing lanes. He got Draymond talking to him on, you know what I mean, under the rim on picks, weak side. Like, that's what type of Jimmy needs to be around.
And them two can switch off.
And they can switch off. They just, you know what I mean? They do a lot of the similar on the defensive end. And they dogs. You know what I mean? Jimmy's a dog.
Yeah.
Draymond's a dog out there.
How Jimmy and Draymond gonna pair? I don't know. It's that's why I say it's not giving a meaning that, you know, you never know what could happen over there at any given moment.
Well, here's Big Perk telling everyone what to expect.
They're first round exit.
Who?
Golden State Warriors. They're first round exit. I mean, let's be real.
Big statement.
Well, besides the fact that it's Perkins talking, thinking that Jimmy Butler was what the Warriors needed is hard to see. He wasn't even who they really wanted. They just settled on him when they couldn't get Kevin Durant.
You know, we have to sit here and see if that pairing is going to work. And I'm talking about Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry.
Well, so far, it's working overtime. Butler's in the driving seat of the Warriors' resurgence. In his debut against the Bulls on February 8th, Jimmy Butler dropped 17 points and helped erase a 24-point deficit, leading the Warriors to a 132-111 win. Since then, it's been nothing but wins.
Since he got to the Warriors on February 8th, they are 12-2, 12-1 when he plays. They are second in point differential, first in assists, first in turnovers forced, first in points off turnovers, Kenny.
That run has flipped their season from shaky to downright scary. They're now sitting at 37-25, sixth in the West, and over that period, they rank second in the league in both offense and defense. And don't forget, Steph Curry is back to being his sharpshooting self. Just last week at Madison Square Garden, he exploded for 49 points, knocking down 11 threes against the Knicks, turning the iconic arena into his personal playground. Curry's impact is clear in his plus-minus ratings too. Since Jimmy arrived, he's been leading the NBA in that category. In his last 3 games, Curry dished out 32 assists. But it's not just Steph. Jimmy Butler is contributing solid, reliable numbers, averaging around 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. But it's more than just numbers.
They are 27th in the league in free throw attempts. And that's a tough, look, you have to have balance in this league with your three-point shooting, your paint production. And getting to the line is another component that teams need. So they don't really have anybody that's a high-volume free throw taker on their roster. Jimmy Butler comes in, he gets 13 free throw attempts, not knowing any of the offense. That's the kind of thing Jimmy Butler can do. You know, when in doubt, let me just be physical on my slashes and my cuts and ISOs and backing guys down and like, let me just do that.
He stabilized everything immediately. Makes every possession make sense, connects the game. Because we're getting a great offensive possession with his footwork and his decision-making, never turning it over. Now we're in position defensively, to guard in the half court instead of, guarding off of a bad shot,
To add to Coach Kerr's point, over his first 13 games with Golden State, Jimmy Butler has posted a staggering 53-12 assist-to-turnover ratio. That stat isn't just numbers. It's a statement about his poise, ball security, and ability to set up plays under pressure.
Well, what he also does is his ability to drive the basketball. And while Steph is running those lanes outside on the perimeter, So all of a sudden, you have to keep turning your head on the defensive end.
So when Jimmy's on the floor and he does that, where he kind of makes a drive, gets into the lane, comes to that big 2-footed jump stop, and you'll see the defense, your head naturally turns to find the ball in the lane. That's when you're going to see some of this late action that you're talking about, where then Draymond will be calling Curry over and like set that flare screen, and now Jimmy will kick it out to the corner for Steph, who continued to move. It's definitely something that's going to be interesting to watch.
It's so interesting because no one saw any of this happening. Like, everyone knew Jimmy's games, but all these experts with decades of experience still couldn't imagine how Jimmy could fit into the Warriors system. But then, the Warriors system is only getting better. Jonathan Kuminga is back in the mix. In a recent game against the Kings, Kuminga came off the bench and put up 18 points in just 20 minutes. His return adds another dynamic piece to a squad that's rapidly clicking together.
There's a learning curve and a learning process to bringing in a guy like him, but we're talking, we're figuring it out on a daily. I know we're all challenged because we understand the sense of urgency of where we are in the season, but he's a superstar. He's won and lifted teams, and he's doing it with us, and we're trying to all do our part around him.
This blend of veteran prowess and fresh energy is making the Warriors a dangerous outfit on both ends of the floor. Steph's three-point shooting is still elite, dropping 11 triples in a key game at MSG. And Jimmy's ability to attack the rim and force defenses into fouls has opened up the floor. They've turned free throws into an extra offensive weapon, balancing long-range bombs with smart inside plays. This mix of shooting and inside scoring is exactly what the team needed to boost their overall efficiency. But the question still remains this: can the Warriors hang with the West elite? Denver, OKC, Memphis? Will we be seeing playoff Jimmy? As Jeff Teague said, can he continue to be the glue guy?
Naturally, he a glue guy. From his days in Chicago with D. Rose and all those guys, he was a defensive-minded player, did all the hustle things, and that's what the Warriors needed. Another guy who could guard. Also, Jimmy can score, but he do all the little things like Draymond. And they needed another Swiss Army knife type player.
Indeed, Jimmy's history shows that when playoff lights are on, he turns into a monster. Draymond Green is already laying down the challenge.
I think we're going to win the championship. Say that one more time so that everybody here can
say that with your chest.
I didn't hear you. My earpiece.
Because they added Jimmy Butler the third. So what did you say?
81.
I'm sorry. I said I think we're going to win a championship, but I lied. We are going to win the championship.
This isn't just hype, it's real impact. The Warriors, with their revamped lineup, are turning the tide, and the league is taking notice.
Golden State, I do not want that in the first round.
No, that's scary. Damn.
No, I do not want Golden State in the first round.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
The Thunder and the Clippers, I'm gonna take the Thunder. Like, that's an easy. I think they could sweep the Clippers.
They run into Golden State. That is
but if they gotta play Golden State, I don't like the Thunder. I don't like them.
That experience it's gonna come out.
That's what I said too. That's so scary.
And Jimmy Butler made them a whole different team, bro.
Yeah, I don't like if they got to run to the Warriors.
Yeah, like you said, Kuminga coming back.
Although no one could see how Jimmy could fit into the Warriors system, but now it's crystal clear. You see, opponents have to double Steph Curry 30 feet out, which forces defenses to leave lanes wide open. That's where Jimmy thrives. In the game against the Nets, Jimmy set a perfect screen, triggered a switch, and attacked a mismatch, drawing a foul in about 10 seconds. This isn't like having Klay Thompson camping in the corner for catch-and-shoot threes. Jimmy can isolate on a bigger defender, knock down a smooth 15-footer, as he did for 13 points against the Hornets, or kick the ball out when help shows up. This dynamic gives Curry real breaks, allowing him to play off-ball and conserve energy. And just to show how much relief he brings, Jimmy helped the Warriors beat the Bucks with both Giannis and Dame on the court.
Even though they didn't have Steph Curry, Butler still was the catalyst for them, really does so much in terms of the facilitating, but he, like Draymond, they set the tone defensively. I thought their game plan defensively against Giannis and Dame was arguably the best I've seen all season.
However, not everyone's buying it. Critics argue that the duo might be overhyped and the honeymoon phase could crash. Some analysts predict that chemistry might break down under sustained pressure. And maybe they have a point, because let's look at the losses they've sustained so far since signing Jimmy. It's been 3 losses since Jimmy got to the Bay, and it has happened against the Mavs, who are having a season that's threatening to destroy the franchise forever. Also, they lost to the Sixers with no Embiid and a 2 for 14 field goal shooting night from Maxey. Then they lost to the Nuggets with no Jokic, Murray, or Brown. I mean, that means something, but it doesn't mean much. The Warriors are making more and more people believe in their championship ability.
And why do you feel like the Warriors have a championship level team?
Because he said it.
Yeah, Steph Curry said
the guy who has 4 rings.
4 rings.
Said this team right here is capable of beating anybody in a 4-game series, so I trust the that's coming out of his mouth.
But then again, the West is brutal. Denver's got Jokic averaging a triple-double, OKC's young guns are posting 40-20 numbers, and Memphis has Ja Morant cooking up something dangerous every night. The big question, can an aging core, Steph at 36, Draymond at 34, Jimmy at 35, keep up when the grind intensifies in May? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, watch how NBA legends really feel about the Luka Doncic trade next.